we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. On this episode of the Pop Culture Cosmos, it's the PCC Multiverse. I just dropped it earlier today. It's the state of pro wrestling for December 2024, which is right around the corner. John Orlando and I talk about AEW Full Gear. Also, as well, of course, talking about what's going on with Survivor Series this weekend and an extensive talk on Joshi and Japanese wrestling. So go ahead and check it out today, wherever you get your podcasts. Inside Sports, Fantasy Football. Go ahead and check out what we're doing on a normal week-by-week basis, but because of the Thanksgiving holiday, could not get together. I know Joe and Chris were busy, and I was busy. So we unfortunately couldn't get a show in there for you. I do have a pick for everyone out there I'm going to share with you in just a couple minutes from Chris Ardieri. So you want to go ahead and listen to that here coming up here. Want to go ahead and mention as well, of course, the Lakerholics crew. They can't get out of the parking lot this weekend. They're all busy shopping for Black Friday. So no Lakerholics this week as well. My gosh, everybody's just off because of Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So we'll go ahead and see what we can make do this weekend without the Lakerholics crew. No, we'll come back here sometime this weekend for you, but it is the Lakerholics at Lakerholics.com, Empire Jeff TV, Lakers at 5, John McCalian channel, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Yo! Go ahead and support all these great channels. Of course, Stone Hansen, Alfred Esmond, Legend 350, all those great people, support them as well. But make sure you like and subscribe. We are about 75 subscribers away to the magic goal of 2,000 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe today if you're not already. To get the latest notifications, hit that bell, ding, 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 to go ahead and get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. And last but certainly not least, the best deal on Black Friday is to become a member of the Lakers Fast Break, and you could do so for just $2.99 a month. No, not the $2.99 a month, as some of these streaming outlets are giving out there for like 2 months or 6 months. I'm just keeping it the flat rate, $2.99 a month. I may make a bigger plan at some point in time, but I always have an entry-level plan right there for you as a member for just $2.99 a month. Emojis, badges, shout-outs, and of course, videos and articles I send right there over to you if you're a member today, right there for the Lakers Fast Break podcast. Well, the Lakers on Black Friday saw the Oklahoma City Thunder come into LA to see if they could get a discounted win in the NBA Cup. The Lakers holding on for dear life in the NBA Cup, but so much had to go right in order for them to advance in the NBA Cup. And today's performance showed that even when the Oklahoma City Thunder's offense is not clicking at all, part of it because the Lakers did try hard on defense, part of it because they were just not executing well at all, their Oklahoma City defense in the end is one of the best in the NBA, and they showed that throughout. They kept the Lakers at bay. The Lakers took a couple slight leads here or there, nothing more than really a 3-point lead. But with the door open continuously, time and time again, with the Lakers having a chance to take a definitive lead, they unfortunately couldn't get the job done. Mistakes down the stretch, turnovers, 14 offensive rebounds for the Oklahoma City Thunder, turnovers for the Lakers at costly times, bad shot selections that the defense on the Oklahoma City side, kind of forced them into at times, but sometimes it was just bad shot selection. And the Lakers, unfortunately, lose their opportunity and are officially eliminated from the NBA Cup. They're now 11-8 with a 101-93 loss. And I will say how depressing it was because, again, lack of execution. I know a lot of people finger pointing at 39-year-old LeBron James. Absolutely terrible game from him. 0-4 from 3, 5-13 overall, 5 turnovers, 12 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, just absolutely terrible game from him. He did look every bit of 39 years old today, and of course, didn't give you much on the defensive side of the ball. Anthony Davis, who, when times like this, when LeBron is struggling, needs to pick it up, also gave you a poor effort today. Only 10 attempts out there, 5 of 10, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 block shots. If he is your MVP on the team, if he is your number one guy, you need to go ahead and get him the ball more often and more efficiently. But yes, only 10 shots today for him, 15 points. Austin Reeves coming back from that bad fall that he took driving to the basket in the second quarter, hurt his lower back and still looked like he was struggling during the fourth quarter. Got his way through 11 points, but still he was terrible shooting before then. 3 of 11 overall, 1 of 9 from 3. Dalton Connect, he was the guy as far as from the outside, not afraid in the moment, not afraid to take those shots. 6 of 12 from 3, 7 of 16 overall. Kind of would ask him on his drives to not be so daring at times because it was like feast or famine when that happens. But you know what? Give him an A for effort. And he did give up too much on the defensive end. 20 points for him, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. D'Angelo Russell coming off the bench with 17 points, 9 rebounds for him and 2 steals. Max Christie with 8, Gabe Vincent with a whopping 2, and Cam Reddish with a donut. The Lakers, again, just not enough offense tonight, which is what they're supposed to be relying on as they lose 101-93. Again, a key factor was the turnovers for the Lakers. Just too many turnovers for them as a whole, 17. But the thing also as well, of course, the effort on the defensive end. They did play harder on defense at times. They forced Oklahoma City into some bad shots. Oklahoma City also missed some wide open shots as well. But the fact that they got 15, I said 14 earlier, now listed as 15 offensive rebounds is absolutely killer. Giving them continuously second opportunities and second chances at taking extra shots really was not good. And again, the Lakers deserve what they got tonight with the loss, 101-93. Let's hear what the great chat, the Lakers Fast Break, best Lakers chat that's out there, the Lakers Fast Break is talking about. Jahan says LeBron is going to destroy your organization. If he's doing it, not that much we can do, Jahan. Not that much we can do. He's got full control of his entire situation going forward, and the Lakers front office doesn't seem to really care. Darren, what's up? He didn't get knocked on his arse like Reeves did. Yeah, just he did get hurt, but hit a couple times. LeBron did, but yeah, shook it off. Sometimes to the detriment of everybody, as far as the play is concerned. I know there was one where he was really writhing in pain, supposedly, and yeah, that led to a fast break the other way, and the Lakers unfortunately got burnt by it. But it is what it is when it comes to LeBron James. This was an off game, off day, off night for LeBron James. So a lot has to go out there for that. 805 Hiking says, "How is Connector Rookie and the best player on the court?" 805, he's not afraid in the moment. He's not afraid to shoot. Sometimes you may want to say, maybe not that shot. Tonight there was a couple shots where he did force the action, which you're like, maybe. But then again, it's that aggressiveness. It's that aggressiveness, 805, that I really like. So as I told Alan Gervais a little while back, I said, you know what? He is going to take some crazy shots, but it's that aggressiveness. It's what leads to a lot of those explosive games, those explosive moments that he has. So you got to take the good with the bad sometimes with him because he wants to take that shot and he's not afraid of it. And comparing to Gabe Vincent, that got you a whopping 2 points. He did place pretty good defense on SGA, but again, 2 points. And Cam Reddish giving you the big old donut. You got a guy that wants to come in there and at least take the shot in the moment. Darren, I do want to mention that I did get the generous gift that you gave last month to John Costa. I did transfer that over to John Costa when it finally came through from YouTube last week. So I just want to make sure that you know that he was taken care of. If you want to ask John, he can actually verify and vouch that for me. Hopefully, next time he comes on the show. He is not going to be here tonight. Neither is Joe Soros, so I do apologize for that. Those guys are spending time with their families here for the holidays. But you got me, Gerald Glass from Lakers Fast Break. Rodell says it's just too many turnovers from LeBron. A lot of them unforced too. Yeah, there were a couple times carryover, travel. Yeah, just make mistakes. A lot of it's his own doing. And at the last moment, too, when the Lakers needed to inbound the ball, Reeves threw the ball away. He also had 5 turnovers between LeBron and Austin Reeves tonight. 10 turnovers. That's 10 turnovers, and D'Angelo had 4. That's 14 turnovers between those guys. They're handling the ball the majority of the time, but yeah, that's really sloppy play. A lot of that, though, you have to agree is OKC's defense. They do put a lot of defense. They do recover well. They put a lot of hands out there, so they get a lot of turnovers. You get a lot of steals. You just got to be more careful. Search and Destroy said, Father Time never loses. I don't blame LeBron. He's just getting old. Yeah, you're just, again, when it comes to LeBron James, you're just only going to get vintage LeBron every now and then. And this is not now and then at this point in time. Johnny says LeBron is too old. We don't have many choices. Don't have many choices. If LeBron left now, we don't have anything. We don't have anything to replace that as far as at a quality level. So I don't know. We're caught between a rock and a hard place at this time in time. Darren V says Connect took a couple of bad shots, but he is a wonderful shooter. Again, Darren, he wants to take the shot, and that's going to be the same thing with him. He's going to take some bad shots. He's going to take some shots that are going to make you scratch your head, but he wants to take the shot. He is aggressive. He is looking for his shot. He's driving to the hoop and successful on some occasions, sometimes not. But Connect is aggressive. And that's why I like the fact that he gives you that option. And here with me now is the good man indeed. He was part of our coverage. It is, of course, Mark, aka Xbox. What's up, my friend?
G'day, Gerald. Happy Thanksgiving. Day late.
Thank you. No worries. Black Friday. We're in the middle of Black Friday, man. Shop, shop, shop. Shop till
True,
you
true,
drop.
true.
There you
That's
go.
a big day there, isn't it?
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite holiday. It's one of my favorite. Not a holiday should be a holiday for us here because I love it so much. Today, again, I couldn't even get to the malls. I was driving around the malls. I was dropping people off left and right. I couldn't. I wanted to go inside the malls, but there's so many people around the malls here in Las Vegas.
Really? The
Yeah,
traffic.
yeah, traffic was terrible. So I just said, you know
Hectic.
what? I'm just going to drop everyone off and I'll shop on Saturday if I need to. So yeah, it absolutely was a
Nice.
busy day for Black Friday. But for the Lakers, it was a Black Friday because the fact is, OKC in that fourth quarter left the door open several times,
Big
and the
time.
Lakers couldn't get it done. 15 offensive rebounds for OKC, 14 turnovers from LeBron, Austin, and D'Lo. I don't know what to tell you, my friend. They played right into the hands of OKC, and OKC plays such good defense. They can have an off day shooting the ball like this, Mark, and still get the job done.
Yeah, well, I joined you for the fourth quarter, just hoping that I might be a bit of good luck, but I wasn't. And yeah, it keeps showing those sort of poor signs, doesn't it? That against the elite teams, we certainly not going to be super competitive against them because, like you said, if they just shot relatively well, they would have blown us out. Even in the fourth quarter, they were missing so many shots. And man, there was some disappointing sequences in that fourth quarter, not just on the offensive end, but some of those defensive rebound attempts were pathetic. We can point out LeBron's efforts, but all of them were there. So yeah, just a shame that we couldn't get it done when it looked like it might be one of those games where you can just pick off a win where you haven't played well. Yeah, I don't know. We're probably not going to be a team that does that a lot, which is a shame. And man, I was really upset with AD's performance there in the fourth. I just think, like you said before, Gerald. I mean, if that's our MVP contender, I mean, that's not a good sign because you see Joker and some of these other guys when the going gets tough, that's when they love it. And with AD, he sort of just completely disappears and never takes over games. I know it's, he doesn't possess the ball, so he's got to get it passed to him. But you'd also wanted to see him be really aggressive in demanding the ball. I never see that from him. I know it's, maybe it's the relationship or respect he has for LeBron, but man, you imagine Kobe and just players like that, how demonstrative they used to get if they didn't get the ball. AD just does none of that ever. Um, so win, lose or draw, he seems to sort of just keep the same head, which is, yeah, I don't know. That's if that's going to be our superstar, like we said in chat, or like we said before, he's not an alpha, so we'll see. Um, but man, I would have liked to have won today. Just nick that win. You know what I mean? Would have been a nice little Black Friday present.
Absolutely. AD has got to step it up on those days where LeBron is looking like old LeBron. I get that. By the way, again, Joe Soro, he did mention earlier this week he would not be available because he's visiting family. Uh, I guess I believe in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he is not available at
Mm.
this time. Unless he stops by in the chat, I don't think he will be. John Costa, same thing. He's busy with his family. Lakerholics will be off this week, so yeah, you got me and Mark right now. Good old Xbox right there for you. Um, Jeremy's asking, why is Gabe in the game again? I can tell you why. The same reason why Reddish, Mr. 000, is in there. They're in there because they're the only guys that can play man to man defense with any type of efficiency. We saw Gabe playing and Reddish playing predominantly on SGA because SGA, when he was playing against Russell, was eating him alive. When he was doing it against Reeves, he was eating him alive. Connect, when he'd go off on Connect, he still Connect trying hard, but still he was
Munching him.
able to go ahead
Yeah.
and Reddish
Yeah, well, we got
and
no. I mean, like you said the other day, sorry to cut you off, Gerald,
oh,
but
no worries,
about
all
your
good.
point about Reddish, where it's like, what is he really offering? I mean, if he can't score and he's not a really good lockdown defender, and SGA just walked all over him when he was there. So, yeah, sort of a nothing type of player. Just, sort of a player that just gets minutes for the sake of getting minutes, similar to what Gabe produces. They're just net negatives. So, yeah, they offered nothing. I think Gerald's disappeared. Chat. Just want to say good day to a few people in chat. Darren, Hen, Serge, Jeremy, all the boys. Everyone's here, even though we're all quite disappointed.
Yes, absolutely. So we are all disappointed. It was again an effort where the Lakers they played probably better defense than they have at almost
Mm.
any time this season. But because of their sloppiness and inefficiency, some of that has to be due to the OKC defense. They get their hands everywhere. They recover very well. They're a lot quicker on the ball on defense. But the offensive rebounding, again, Mark, 15
Oh,
offensive rebounds just shows you a better effort by OKC than what the Lakers offered tonight.
yeah. Well, but efforts are non-negotiable. So I don't know what happened there. I mean, defensive rebounding, 15 plus for them. I mean, offensive rebounding, you could just tell during the game they're either going to miss it or rebound it. Just felt like that during the game. And AD, he can have those games where he's not super dominant, but he'll still get you 10, 15 rebounds. It's the other players that need to step up. And the other big boy that we got on the team is obviously LeBron. And he doesn't rebound very well right now. Rui doesn't rebound very well. Yeah, there's just concerns sort of on both sides of the court that we saw tonight. They don't always show up at the same time in all the games. But man, yeah, real shocker with the defensive rebounding and just
Oh yeah,
defense in general. Like they were just, I don't know how they missed so many shots. It felt like they were having uncontested threes all the time.
yes.
And we're just so lucky. Like we just kept watching it, didn't we? They'd miss and they'd miss. But yeah, it didn't feel like we're going to get over the line. I just didn't feel like that at all, even though I was trying to pump them up.
And the
Yeah.
Lakers, again, they had leads, Mark, 2 and 3 point leads, but they
Yeah.
could never really extend. They had opportunities to extend the lead, but again, poor execution down the stretch from this team. It seems to become more and more of a habit. We're seeing again where they're just not getting the job done when they need to. They're getting the opportunities when they play lesser teams to finish the job, but against these teams like, for instance, OKC leading the West in their conference, they got to get the job done. They got to beat these teams,
Mm.
and unfortunately, they're at home. These are home games that you need to win because you can't expect to take the games on the road against a team like OKC. So you have to go ahead at least play them tough and sneak a few games at home, and they're not getting that done.
No, and it's OKC without two of their best players. Obviously, SGA's their best, and he was there. But well, Caruso's certainly a squad player, and Chet's probably their second best player, or can really rival SGA on certain nights. So we lost to them in a really tonight in a weak performance. We also remember Orlando; they didn't have Banchero. We lost against them. I don't know, like yeah, just talking about that fourth quarter, and we've in the last few weeks we've really gone hard at some of the role players like D'Lo and what have you. But man, tonight was just it was all on LeBron. Darren sort of saying here that AD can't do much if he doesn't get the ball because AR and LeBron don't pass. That's fine, but LeBron's decision making was just pathetic, and he kept slowing the play down when we needed. I even remember there was a moment I think they got a putback or something like that, and LeBron got it, and he should have rushed the floor, and he didn't. Just picks and chooses to play sort of fast and slow at the wrong times for me. You're on mute, Gerald.
It is very, very frustrating.
Yeah,
Very, very
that's the
frustrating.
right word. Yeah, very frustrating. Just and the passing tonight, like that's sort of where he really slows it down and then waits until the very last second to pass. Well, man, when you're getting old like he is, you might want to speed that process up a bit because he's sometimes jumping and not even passing the ball before getting a turnover. I mean, like, what's going on there? So he really played poorly and I sort of thought like he wasn't playing well for the first three quarters, but he'll save himself or he'll have that burst of energy. He might have tried to do that tonight, but he just couldn't quite get there. But the last part of the game was really bad, to the point where I was telling you that, I mean, I know they're not going to do it, but he shouldn't have had the ball in his hands for the last 3 or 4 minutes. It was that obvious that he was struggling for energy. He had played poorly all night. So, like, it's not LeBron 2 years ago, 3 years ago. At what point are you going to sort of, acknowledge your age? And I mean, if I was LeBron tonight, and he's never going to do this, but I would have given the ball to someone else just straight away on every possession, or just tried to look for AD. He did none of that. I
Yeah.
don't know what was going on. There was no pick and roll. Did you like the pick and roll they only did was with AR? I think the
I'm
last couple
telling
of
you, it's their
minutes.
best weapon
Yeah,
that
and
they
they never
have.
do it.
They never do it. I don't know why, but I've been saying it for me. I just got tired. Xbox. I got tired of saying it
Yeah,
because I've been saying it since the ham. I've been saying it before ham. If you check out my stuff from like 4 years ago, I was saying it then. They
yeah,
need to run that many pick and rolls 30 times a game. If they did that with Braun and AD, they run that action, they run that pick and roll. So many good things can come of it, but they choose not to.
yeah,
I don't know why. I just think it's absolutely insane. But if LeBron is gonna have the ball in his hands, you might as well run an action with a pick and roll, get AD involved, get him active, get him to where you can choose to put him in a good spot,
yeah.
and there you go. But again, I've given up on that. I don't think
It's
any
like,
of these coaches will just understand that the AD to LeBron pick and roll is the best play that the Lakers have.
but it's like Kareem never using his skyhook. It's like you pretty much got an unblockable play, but you never use it.
Yeah.
So and they didn't go to it at all tonight. in crunch time or anything like that. As I sort of mentioned, there was a quick 1-2 punch with AR, but that play was bad. I think they turned it over on that one as well. So just yeah, the decision making, like I can't blame JJ. Like, there's no way. Obviously, he's telling LeBron to do this and that in the last couple of minutes of the game. He just, LeBron is who he is, so it's going to be hard to give him feedback. But I'm seriously concerned, Gerald. Like, this is game what, it's 18 odd or
Yes.
whatever it is. Man, there's a few
It's
more games
actually
to go in the
it's
season.
actually 19. 19.
19.
Yes.
So call it another 60 odd games in the season, and we're seeing some pretty bad signs from LeBron in terms of father time. So, man,
Every good game you're going to get, you might get one or two that are mediocre, and then a game
yeah,
like this where he's absolutely stinking. And unfortunately, this team is not set up for it. Darren says no matter who you trade for, they will not average what they are averaging with the other than two teams. Why
they could.
LeBron and AR? Okay, again,
Uh,
Austin Reeves
mm,
is just seeing that Austin Reeves. I know again a lot of people were pointing out. I don't want to put too much on him tonight because he took that hard spill. He wasn't shooting very well before
yeah,
then, but so much is relied on a guy that has such great limitations to his game. Again, the Lakers are just not a deep team. Now you're
no,
asking now you're asking Dalton to be a superstar, and he's only in his 19th game. Like tonight, he forced a lot of shots. Some of them did
man,
go in, but yeah, just it doesn't spell for success. It does not. I don't know. It's just very frustrating to see the decisions that are made for this team because again, if LeBron is not having a good night and AD is not having a good night, I'm surprised we were this close because with those two guys, your number
yeah.
one and two options not having good night, usually that spells trouble for the Lakers.
Well, yeah, and it was because they were on their side of the fence. They were playing so poorly in terms of their shooting. Um, that's what kept us in the game. So, yeah, we're not going to get a night where AD and LeBron play this poorly, and then we've got an opposition team that plays as bad from the offensive standpoint of the game, and we couldn't take advantage of it. So we know that it's not a good sign. We were saying that because. Like even in the fourth quarter, just even with a few minutes to go, we just kept thinking, man, it'd be nice to nick a win. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to be a team that nicks too many wins. We just seem to peter out, or there'll be a lot of honourable losses. Um, hope not. Hope that LeBron doesn't play as poorly as he did late in the game in other games. But I don't know, like, I'll give D'Lo his kudos tonight. He kept us in the game for,
Yes.
yeah, that was probably the first game since he's went back to the bench. He's had one or two okay games, but probably the first game where he sort of played the way that we need him to. Because really, like, if you look at the roster, he's still probably our fourth best player. Yeah, and I'm putting Dalton as the third now. So if he's our fourth best player, we still got to get production from him. So I was pretty proud. Like, if John was here, he'd be pretty stoked. I would have thought of the performance of D'Lo in isolation.
Yeah.
Um, and Dalton, man, Dalton's couple of those shots we saw in the fourth were pretty exciting. Hey, but
But he
you know,
wants the moment. Again,
yeah, yeah,
some of
which is
this
special.
aggression is like it's going to lead to,
Yeah,
questionable shots, but he wants to take it. We have guys out there, Gabe and Reddish, who don't want the shot.
no,
Max Lewis, sometimes he's feeling something. A lot of times he's invisible. I mean, he gave me 8 points tonight. At times, there were a couple times I said, hey, maybe he could put it together. He always seems to have those glimmers of hope where
yeah,
it looks like he puts one or two plays together and it's like, oh, okay, this will be something. And then ends up you look at the box score and he's like 6 or 8 points, and it's just like, man, it's Max is just so hard to figure out. And then you have again Dalton. He wants the moment. He wants the shot.
yeah.
He wants to go ahead and help this team win probably more than the other guys do because of the fact that he wants to go ahead no matter where he misses or makes. He doesn't matter if he missed. It's like in the past, and he's ready to take more shots.
Well, he looks like a different caliber of player, like to those other guys. I know he's come in mature age for a rookie,
Mm-hmm.
but he looks a level above some of these other characters that we have in the team. That's why we're already sort of putting him at third or fourth spot, as you know, in terms of the best players in our list. And I'll tell you what, the way LeBron's regressing, come back in 2 or 3 years' time, and they would have easily flipped spots. Like anything that Dalton does, I'm not going to get discouraged. And if he's going to try to force it, there's a reason he's doing that. Like he's a rookie at the end of the day. They sort of, you know, if he's forcing it too much, they need to pull that up. You know, like he's still got to learn. So, and I don't really feel like he forced it heaps when you look at some of the other shot making that was being done. It was just we don't move the ball well. Like honestly, watch like the Warriors play. Man, I hate watching the Warriors play, but just watch them play. I really do. And even tonight, OKC and that, just the way they pass the ball around the 3 point line, and man, we don't get any of that. Like it just like it comes down the floor, and LeBron goes all stagnant mode.
Yeah.
Um, and I was a little bit disappointed in JJ tonight because I felt like there was an opportunity to play D'Lo more in the fourth, to get the ball out of LeBron's hands, but he didn't do it. He'll learn from all these like subtle mistakes, but yeah, like it's just the roster isn't put together correctly, as we know. So it's just yeah, sort of covering you know the cracks all the time, and we just can't do it. But yeah, I'd like to see a little bit of a mentality change in the fourth quarter, where of course LeBron's going to get the ball the majority of the time, but they got to try to do something else because it's just too easy to lock him down, and then he gets upset, doesn't defend. They need to try something else. As much as JJ maybe can't get that done, man, honestly, I was saying it during the game, Gerald. Man, this wouldn't have gone down well, but I would have pulled him. That's how bad he was playing. I would have pulled him to see if anyone else, like, we weren't going to win the game the way he was playing.
Yeah.
I know you can't do that, like in this, you know, the NBA, like the superstars is, you know, they really sort of take over control of the team. But if you're not going to pull him, I would have said, LeBron, don't touch the ball.
I would have actually
Again,
taken out Reeves because Reeves is hurting. Reeves looked
mm,
physically hurt. He looked like he was struggling after he took that hard shot to the floor where he hurt his back. What's up, Roy? What's up, Kurt? Everybody was missing you, Kurt. Just want to let you know in the chat.
yeah, Kurt's
Yeah,
back, baby.
yeah, Kurt's back. Roy, great to have you here, fellow Las Vegas guy. Man, I hope you were able to get to better through the malls today than I was. I'm telling you, I had my issues today navigating through the shopping malls in Las Vegas. I'll say that. But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. It is the Lakers losing 101 to 93. They have been eliminated officially from the NBA Cup. They're now 11-8 in the Western Conference. Let's see how far that puts them down right now. If you're putting them in the standings, I think they fall to six, or did they fall? Yeah, they fall to sixth place in the Western Conference, tied with Dallas. Clippers are right behind us. Phoenix is right behind us. That's a surprise that Phoenix is actually still behind us. They've beaten us twice, Mark. Yet somehow they still are managing to be behind us. So that's really
That's funny
really
as.
yeah, it's really
Yeah, they had
funny.
they lost. I mean, they beat us, and then the Nets beat them the next night. So they're all over the shop.
Jeremy asked, Jerry, any chance you can ask Xbox to close the window blinds behind him, please? Too much glare shining through.
Oh,
Um,
mate, it's
he's
just the sun.
holier than thou. He's holier than thou. There you go.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll try that and see. I didn't realize. Let me have a
No
look. I
worries.
just
No worries,
gone.
my friend. Again, just great to have you here. He's going to go ahead and
Oh,
change that, make that better
let me
for you
see what I
guys.
got. Yeah.
No worries. Curtis Fair says Xbox starting his own. Oh, Kurt, great to have you back. What's up, Rodell? He says that was bad foul by Max on SJ. Yes, he thought he had a foul to give. You could see it on his face. He said it. He had his like, oh, I thought I had a foul to give. Those are the kind of mistakes young players make. And again, Max Christie, at times gave you some good effort. 8 points tonight, but doesn't put everything together all the time. And today, while he made a good shot on one end, with just a few seconds left, he made a critical error on fouling SGA at the other. But and then I also make sure, Rodell, I put some of that on JJ. JJ needs to remind the guys, hey, they're in the bonus. Hey, they're in the bonus. How many seconds did it take me to say that? If you're a coach, you're yelling at them. They're in the bonus. They're in the bonus. Don't foul. Simple as that. Doesn't take long to go ahead and yell that out there. So some of that I put on the coach, some of that I put on the player himself for not being aware of what the situation is right there, Xbox. But again, just a lack of execution down the stretch once again for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh man, there's some funny stuff going on here in the chat. Apparently, your lights are causing Seven Grand to have a seizure.
Yes, well, there you go. Again, it's voice activated, guys. So there you go. Thought I'd put that in there. Jeremy
um,
says, what do we think of JJ's rotation? I did not like him at all. I know he
no.
said temporarily he was going to switch to a 10-man rotation. Tonight,
Mm,
he went back to a 9-man rotation. So the temporary 10-man rotation became a 9-man rotation. The Lakers
yeah.
just don't have many options,
No.
Jeremy.
But one thing we did want to see a couple of weeks ago was Dalton sort of non-negotiable starting, which he went back on, and now it's back again. So he's going to make mistakes. He's a rookie coach, and let's be honest, he's got a tough roster to work with. So obviously there's still some signs that we're not liking in terms of the choices he's making during the game, and he's been out coached a few of those third quarters really, really badly, but he's got to learn. And at the end of the day, like he's got an aging superstar. He's got an MVP candidate that it goes missing in big moments. So he's putting up with a bit. But I think, like you said there, that max play, man, we sort of forgot about it. But that
Mm-hmm.
was horrific. Like, he got the ball from LeBron and made a nice two. We got so pumped up. And then he went down and he fouls a guy in the bonus time. Like, I know there's got to be communication from the coaches and other
Yes.
players, but just as a player, like with any sort of smarts, you know what's going on. Like knowing that a team in the bonus is not like knowing, oh, you've just used your last 20, your last timeout, and you make a mistake when you're falling out of bounds and you call a timeout or something like that. This was like obvious stats. You just have to look up the scoreboard. It says bonus. Like, so really, really disappointing, and just shows some further signs for Max that, man, I don't know what sort of NBA career you're going to have, because some poor signs obviously, but he's the best of a bad bunch at the moment, because Gabe again was bad, Reddish, and the other one that we haven't even spoken about is my man Rui, who, geez, like he's got to be one of the most hot and cold players I've ever seen. Generally cold, very cold, or
That's
sort of
why Washington
lukewarm.
got rid of him.
That's right. And just like I keep saying with him, I sort of expected development his first couple of years here. He's not developing. A game like tonight, where okay, AD is sort of worried with that Hardenstein guy. Rui's got to be looking at it like, man, I'm like the only other big man on the floor here. Like, I'm not, he's not a huge man, but he's similar in his body size to LeBron. And he's gonna be like, I can really dominate this, but he just can't. And he keeps getting like, I don't know, he used to be a bit more fluid. I don't know if he's injured or whatever. He used to sort of be able to run at the rim and elevate a bit more, but he keeps running at the rim and stopping.
Yeah.
And then, he'll either like do a sort of a turnaround jump shot like LeBron does, but he can't do them at nearly as high a level. And it's just, he's sort of gone under the radar a bit tonight, but he's turning into a bit of a passenger type player as well, Rui.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
He's been very hot and cold, and lately it's been cold since he came back from injury. I do want to mention one thing by a new viewer. Let me just go ahead and look at that. In regards to OKC coach was correct to address the refs giving the Lakers way too many free throws by Timothy. Welcome, Timothy. with all due
Yeah,
respect,
Alfred.
with all due respect, the Lakers have led the league. This is the third straight season they've led the league in free throws. For all those people out there, if you're root for the other teams or whatnot, stop it, please. Just respectfully stop it. This is the Lakers game. The Lakers game is to get to the free throw line. They predicate just like OKC predicates, like SGA. SGA is reliant
Yeah,
on the free throw line. The Lakers, as a team with LeBron and AD, are reliant on taking a lot of free throws, period. That's why the Lakers have led the league in free throws by a wide margin for the past 3 seasons, if you include this season. It's just the way they play. I mean, we every now and then it seems that we get someone that jumps in the chat that says, "Oh, well, the refs are siding for the." No, it's just the way they play. Like, so some teams that play predicate their game, like Boston predicates their game on
yeah.
shooting 3 pointers. The Lakers have a good portion of their game predicated to getting to the line and become very reliant on that aspect of Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a big part of our game for a few years now, and certainly a big part of like LeBron's game his whole career. Just feel like if that's going to be a big part of your game, you might want to be good at shooting free throws, and we're not that good at shooting free throws. So, it is a big part of our game. But man, I sort of like I keep thinking about imagine if Gabe and Cam Reddish, like, and a couple of the other guys could shoot threes. Like, imagine if a Gabe was, KCP, and a Cam Reddish was I don't know, a Kuzma or something like that. Man, we'd really be, a nice team. I mean, we've had okay results with a team that doesn't look that well put together. It's just do you know what I mean? Like, there's no one
Yeah.
that even last year with Tory and Prince, it felt like we had and the year before with Beasley or what or whoever we had there. We've had a degree of a 3-point threat where we just don't have it at all now. Obviously, there's Dalton. We know that, but it's a different. Yeah, just if we had a couple of these other players that could really extend the floor, and it'd be nice. I sort of keep looking whenever we play. I look at the other bench and I imagine their bench being our bench, and the way like we're still competitive with a poorly put together roster. So I don't know when they're going to get it right, but yeah,
I mean, Darren, 4 or 7 shots. I still not enough shots for him. You're right on that one. AD only took 10. That's definitely not enough for him as far as taking shots are concerned. But you said 2 offensive rebounds. What I would come back to you on Rui and also AD is the fact that they gave up 15 offensive rebounds. If you're the forwards, LeBron, AD, and also as well Rui, you've got to be ashamed of giving up 15 offensive rebounds. You're
yeah,
asking the guards to do a lot of that work, and the problem is the forwards should be out there one doing the rebounding, getting and snaring those rebounds away from the offense. And tonight, 15 offensive rebounds, inexcusable defensive rebounding tonight.
man. Now I'm just looking at the box score now. Just D'Lo's had the second amount of rebounds in the team tonight. Rui's had 5, so it's just not going to get it done, obviously. And we could see that in the fourth quarter when they were missing so many shots, but we couldn't pick up the rebound.
Yeah.
So we really, I don't know where Vando's at, but man, please come back soon and start rebounding because that would help the team. But he's just a walking injury, that guy as well. What happened to Colo Colo, my mate Colo Colo? Was he on the bench tonight?
Yeah, Koloko was on the bench.
Yeah.
Coach DNP, just too slight. Maybe he was afraid he would get eaten alive by Hartenstein. So again, he went back to a 9-man rotation. Yes, Maxwell Lewis, Armel Traore, and Christian Koloko get the DMPs. It does count against Armel Traore's
Mm.
two-way DMPs as far as I'm concerned because he suited up. So I believe that
But
does
when you
count.
see like we're not able to rebound, why don't you throw
Yeah.
in that Koloko? Do, do you know what I mean? It's like there's some players there that aren't scoring and they're
Mhm.
not rebounding. Like they're just on the floor for the sake of it. So at one point, I would have gone, okay, Gabe's obviously not the replacement for Koloko, but it might have been Rui, who was offered nothing tonight, 8 points and 5 rebounds. So again, he's just running out there for the sake of it. Just little things like that where I'm thinking, yeah, like a 9 man rotation is good when everyone's playing well and doing their role. But if players are missing, then man, make it a 13 man rotation with actually players that are doing half their job, because I would have, like, there was a need for Koloko to come in and get a couple of those rebounds. That's what I would have thought.
I will say again, ESPN and NBA.com did list him as suiting up and on the roster available to play tonight. So as far as the active roster, so if it wasn't, then need to tell the league that, because even if he was a DNP coach's decision, as long as he's listed on there as far as the players are concerned that was eligible to play, he just didn't get in the game. Him, Maxwell Lewis, and Armel Traore were the DMP coach's decision tonight. So
Mm.
yes, he was available to play tonight, just to let you guys know. And he is a two-way player, and his games are limited as well. Arthur on the super chat, thank you so much for donating to us right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate it. How does AD have? Well, he had 10 shots, but yes, I get you're saying. Is he a role player now? He again, that's a problem. When you're alpha dog player, when you're number one player on the team, when your MVP candidate who was playing like through the first 10 games, like he was an MVP candidate, Xbox only gets 10 shots. That's a problem.
Oh, it's just such a major problem. And like Alan said in the game, like the guy's not an alpha, and he just keeps showing signs that he just, I mean, he must want to work on it. But yeah, just completely went missing in that fourth quarter. Wasn't demanding the ball. It's just such a shame for a guy of that size and that skill set. Like he really already should have won an MVP in his career. Like when you look at the way the dude used to be able to play in New Orleans when he had absolutely no support, like he was pretty awesome. And in that bubble year for us, you know, he has some moments where it's just like this dude is insane. Like even last year, a couple of the games, 45 points, 20 rebounds, and but like I said before, when the going gets tough, you know, the tough get going, and he doesn't. He never does it. And I would have been looking at a game like tonight and just been going, if I want MVP, these are the teams that I need to dominate, and these are the games that I need to win. And yeah, I don't know if he's injured again or he can't take 3 games in a week, but yeah, it was really poor by AD. And you can tell me all you want that he doesn't control the ball. Man, superstars demand it. And okay, if you're not controlling the ball, you know what you're doing. You're shutting out offensive rebounds, and he was doing none of that. None of, like, just weak as water again by AD. So I'm not an AD hater, guys. Like we know the value to him of him to this team, but if you're not going to get it done, like you like LeBron's an alpha, but he's like a half alpha now because he's sort of getting older and he can only do it 1 out of 2 games. Um, so yeah, just hopefully, it's not going to happen, is it? I mean, he's been around long enough that obviously someone would be saying to AD, "Hey man, when the chips are down, step up," and he can't do it. So just a psychological thing with AD, which is a shame because man, I really wanted him to play better in that last quarter. Yeah, very funny, Kurt. Kurt's having a crack.
He knows, Darren, he knows he's Australian. He's throwing it out there.
It's funny how, like, when the few times I've been in Europe, you do get a lot of that from the Americans. They think we're British. I think they're just being kind.
Mia, this is why OKC is leading the West right now. I don't know how far they'll get in the playoffs, but when you have a defense like theirs, it keeps them in games. And you can see they've got their hands everywhere. They recover extremely well. They are very fast. Even when D'Lo was hitting
Mm,
shots contested, they go and help out in the key, and they pop out, and they still got a hand in your face. D'Lo and Dalton both had contested shots time and time again, and again, you see why OKC will be one of the best teams in the West because simply on the defensive side of the ball, they are just so good. Xbox, it gives them a
Yeah.
chance in almost every game.
Yeah, and like we said, they didn't have Chet or Caruso, who would have just added to that. So, oh man, they're a totally different. Kurt, completely unnecessary commentary. And who welcomed Kurt back, by the way?
I did.
I was the only one missing him.
Yes.
And anyway, jokes.
He was Kurt. He mentioned
Yeah,
he
I always
called
shout
you
you out.
out like 2 days ago.
Why?
He called you out. He called you out,
Yeah,
Kurt.
no, he's
He said,
calling
"I
me a
miss Kurt.
Kiwi.
I miss Kurt." There you
That's
go.
funny. Oh, where was I at? Yeah, OKC. Yeah, they're great. Like, they're like I've been saying a few times to you since we've been chatting on this forum. Man, I'd love to see a younger Lakers team. Like, how exciting to watch a team that's growing together like they are. Unfortunately, we've got the exact opposite of that, where we've got the oldest player in the history of the game, and even our second player is, he's not super young, and he's injured and shows wear and tear. So, nah, man, it's a different um, level. It's a bit of a shame because I do watch other teams, and sometimes they do play better than us. Obviously, I'm not going to get as excited by watching any other team, but the slowdown from tonight and from LeBron and stuff tonight, it was horrible. It was really horrible. And then we had the exact opposite with what OKC were doing, and really they were just missing shots, or else they would have won by 25 or 30 points. So yeah, just it gives you a bit of insight into the future potentially once we get younger. But yeah, I do want a younger team and just a bit, or if we're not going to get younger, the ball movement and just the way we play
Yeah.
would be. I'd love to see a lot more fluid and yeah, just a bit more exciting. It's quite stagnant a lot of the time.
Serge, you're the best, my friend. Giving out memberships. He just gave out 10 memberships for Black
Oh,
Friday.
sick, man.
Truly appreciate you doing so. I'll update that here in the coming days as far as the chat is concerned. Absolutely.
Nice.
Truly appreciate you becoming a member. Memberships, you get emojis, badges. I throw in articles from time to time, throw in
Nice, man.
videos from time to time, exclusively for members that they get to see first. So appreciate Search and Destroy being the best out there. Jeremy's asking your favorite Makas order. I don't eat. I don't eat.
Macca's, mate.
Yeah, I know McDonald's. Macus, I should say Macus.
Macca's. Mickey
Yes,
D's, is that
Mickey
the
D's.
slang for
Yes,
McDonald's in
yes,
America?
yeah,
Cool.
yes. You guys know him as Macus, but
Yeah,
we're Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
Mine is actually upcoming. I do once every year. I go back to McDonald's for a McRib, so that's coming back
Oh
here
wow, the
in the month of
annual
December. Yeah,
pilgrimage. Yeah, I've heard
it's
it's
that.
coming back
Yeah.
for you for like comes back like 3 or 4 months a year, does it?
No, only 1 month. Only for a little bit
Oh,
over a
okay,
month
sorry.
until they
Wow,
run out. Yeah.
popular.
It used to be. It used to be a full time item on the menu back in the day.
Yep.
Then it became seasonal, and now they just do it until they run out. So yeah, that's just like in hindsight doesn't make much sense to me, but okay. Yeah, I do it once a year. There you go.
Enjoy.
What's your
Yeah, look.
favorite Makas order?
Well, as you know, I am a vegetarian, so yeah, Kurt's already given me curry about it earlier, but basically, I love a Big Mac with no meat. It's very strange, but McDonald's, you know what's really good about McDonald's? The only place, if you take out meat, it actually reduces, I think I might have explained this to you before, reduces the cost of the burger. So just say hypothetically a Big Mac's $7 and you take out the meat, it might cost you $4.50, for example. If you go do that at any other fast food place or anywhere, they don't reduce the price. So it's actually quite a good thing by them. So I'll give Macca's their credit on that. But yeah, I'm not a huge Macca's fan, to be fair.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
try to keep it real with my food as I'm getting older,
Chris, I would
and
like a bread sandwich. There you go.
yeah,
Uh,
done. I we just saw this question here by Arthur. Great
yes,
question,
yes.
and yeah,
Thank you for
shout
the
out.
super chat.
Yeah, definitely $4.99 US. But I think it's maybe that sort of AR-15 does not strike me as a true point guard.
Yes.
He makes costly turnovers. It's like they're forcing him. Yeah, like I think that's what we've been talking about.
We
Um,
mentioned that on playback. That
yeah, he's
yeah,
playing out of position.
yeah.
Like the guys should be your seventh best player, but they're making him sort of be our third best player and play point. So I don't really blame him for that. And there was a tonight he was injured, so he should have been taken off and replaced by D'Lo. I mean, D'Lo's finished games for us in the past, so you can't just okay, you're going to bench D'Lo.
Yeah.
That means he can't finish games. You've got to be a bit more open to what's going on during the game. And tonight was the game where D'Lo should have been out there for the last few minutes, and AR should have been benched. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah, AR shouldn't be a second ball carrier. But I'm not going to blame him for the team making him do that, and he does it to the absolute best of his abilities. And even, like, if you're not going to be an AR fan after tonight, what more do you want? Like, you think AD would have come back from that sort of hit? No chance. So, he gives it all he's got AR, but we're not helping him. He should be our seventh best player.
Kurt says, do you think of the Bulls rumors like Vucevic being available for 2 seconds? I mean, he is
Mm.
actually playing well. Is this his final year on his contract? Because it would be very convenient if that's the case.
Mm.
Your thoughts on Nikola Vucevic? He's playing with your guy, Josh
Yeah,
Giddey.
my
He is
boy.
having a much better season than last season, but your thoughts on Nikola Vucevic?
Oh, I mean, depending on what we're giving up for him, I'm taking him every day of the week. Like that's a perfect
Your
compliment to an
defense
AD.
doesn't get any better, though.
Does your rebounding? Surely.
He's a solid rebounder.
Yeah. Uh, oh, look, no, I'm taking him. I think he's a pretty quality player. Like, I don't know his age. I think he's been around for a while, but
Yeah, he's
um,
in his mid-30s, just to let you know, and he
oh,
does have
okay.
one more year on his contract.
Oh, well, hang on a second. Now that we're fleshing out this a little bit
About
more, yeah,
20,
not
21 million. There you go.
okay. Oh, well, no, like if he's mid 30s and he's coming with a $20 million contract, I'm not keen at all. He's not going to change the goalpost enough for us to win a chip. Um, right now. So yeah, on that basis, no.
So
But
funny because NBA is like time to trade overrated Reeves. I'm not saying anything on
man,
Reeves other
MB,
than, but it's just so funny just to see how the tide has turned on Austin Reeves. 2 years ago, he was everybody's favorite, and I just said,
me too,
this
Kurt.
guy, this guy has his limitations. He is an undrafted player. He is just not able to do everything that you want him to do as a starting guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. Some of it's
Nah,
unfair to him, some of it is fair to him because of the criticism. Because again, the Lakers, a lot of that is Rob. He should be your sixth or seventh man coming off the bench that plays a variety of roles and does a variety of things without the kind of pressure that he has had to put on himself because of the fact that again, so much is asked for a guy who again, undrafted and has he has limitations to his game. Xbox.
man. Yeah, we've said it a few times tonight, and we can go around in circles. But what more do you want from AR? Like, I can't ask for anything more. And the guy played injured tonight, and he still did well. I don't know. He's shown in big games. You know, when you go back to that run where we made the Western Conference finals. He was really, really good in those series before the Denver series. So like he's justified. Like even if he retired today, AR would be like, I had a pretty good career. Like I was never supposed to play in the league. Like the guy's really good guys. I think if when I'd like as a fan base, and we said this privately. There's so many other players to go at before you go an AR. So, like, I think we're picking and choosing like players that we want to go for whatever reason. AR should be not
He
immune
was
from
hurt though,
criticism.
NBA. You got to admit
Yeah,
he had
I don't know
just
what he wants.
he was
What does
terrible
NBA
before.
want from the guy though? Like,
But he was shooting poorly before he got hurt. I will give you that, NBA. But he should not have come back into the game. It was clear he was struggling, And again, when he has his bad games, you guys are like really on him. When he's here, good game, I don't hear a lot now these days. It's kind of weird how that works out. Again, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to say I'm in Austin Reed's corner by any stretch of the imagination. He's not a guy that I would put in charge as my point guard because again, like was mentioned, like Arthur mentioned, he is not a true point guard. He does not handle the ball well, does not initiate the ball as a primary offensive ball handler that well. He is a great secondary decision maker. Like the ball gets into the set, maybe hit it to
Mm.
AD. AD, if he's covered, hits it to Reeves. Then Reeves making the decision is actually pretty good at doing that. Just that is making decision whether he needs to pass or shoot. Then it's if you have him initiate the offense, it is problematic because that's not what he does. That's not who he is. And the
Mm.
Lakers sometimes pigeonhole and force him because of the lack of depth on this team. Because Gabe Vincent was supposed to have been that guy coming off the bench to lead your team as a point guard, and he's not able to do it. He's clear there. He's just offensively just really not able to do much for you. Defensively, he can still give you some hard, good effort, but same as Reddish, but it really doesn't help you when they're doing nothing on the offensive side. So AR, again, we're stuck with him. So you're going to get your 17 to 20 point games from him where he does shoot well, but you're also going to get games like this where it's just he gets outclassed by a guy named SGA. I mean, it's just that simple. His matchup on many occasions in the first half was SGA, and SGA is going to make you look bad more times than not.
Yeah. Look, honestly, we can talk about AR all night, but that's the wrong path to go down, especially on a night tonight when he was injured.
Again, I'm
So
not trying to defend AR to an extent. We understand his limitations, and I understand it's just so interesting, Mark, how it's changed from one side of the equation to another. He's not on it. He's not an expensive $50 million a year player. The guy is averaging more points a game than he is millions per year.
yeah. Nah, man. Like I think Robert is made a good point here and one that we should focus on.
Yes.
And like tonight's not the night, guys. We can talk about Rui, and obviously we can talk about Gabe every night and Reddish every night, blah blah blah. Tonight, let's focus on what really happened and who really let us down, which was LeBron, and to a lesser extent, or maybe very very similar extent, was AD, because they didn't step up at all. So we give these guys heaps of praise when we do step up, and there are two superstars, blah blah blah. But man, they went missing like there was no tomorrow. AD went completely missing in the fourth quarter, like he was completely irrelevant. Wasn't demanding the ball. Even if he jacks up a couple of threes, he's doing something. He didn't shoot any threes. Like, so was he injured? Was he tired? Why is he tired? Like, what's happened in the fourth quarter? Was it a mental thing? Like, I've watched Ben Simmons just go from here to there in his career mentally. Man, you can see some pretty big drop offs during games with AD too. But AD, like, yeah, they'll go interview him after the game. He'll say everything right, but he just doesn't do the right things when in certain games. So, man, I was not happy with him tonight. And I don't need to go on about LeBron again, but yeah, just way too slow, poor decision making. And it's a shocking sign because we're only 18, 20 games into the season. There's still another 60. And I don't know if that, they always say Father Time's undefeated, but he seems to have hit a pretty big wall in the last couple of weeks, if you ask me. I'm the same age as LeBron. Like I keep saying, Gerald, like I'm 39 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what it feels like, to be this age, and you're not the same as when you're obviously 30 or in your mid 20s. And I'm a bit concerned if this guy's hit a sort of a wall where he can't carry the team anymore at all. Because he really hasn't this year. I don't care what anyone tells me. I know he's had a couple of good quarters and he's exploded. Like he had 40 points in a loss to Memphis, whatever it was. But he's like guys in chat like NBA going AR. I'd be going LeBron, man, because the way we're playing, he's the point guard of the team.
OAR had a lousy game. You're right, but he also got
Yeah,
hurt. So, I mean, he should not have come back into the game. He was having a bad game to that point. You're right. Absolutely, NBA. But LeBron was there for all four quarters and gave you obviously bad defensive effort at times, but the rebounding was killing the Lakers. I know that Darren was saying, well, the long 3-point shots are leading to long. Uh, you know what? We saw several times where the Lakers got caught underneath Hartenstein cleaning up the rebounds, their guards coming in there and
Man,
getting the rebounds, and they were not long rebounds. So the Lakers gave up 15 offensive rebounds, and it was really, really disappointing to see
there
that
were a
kind of
couple of
effort.
times as well, Joe, where like D'Lo got the rebound, he dropped the ball straight to them. There was
Yes.
another one where LeBron could have easily got the ball, he didn't go for it. Then the guy jumped over his back. Like, man, and the other one we got to just quickly talk about, because we can't let LeBron off the hook with this, was some of the efforts getting back. Now, you know about playing team sports. Yeah, everyone can understand there's your best player in your team, and you protect him to a certain degree, but there's non-negotiables in discipline and the way you play and you show yourself on the field. He's showing some really bad signs, man. They were even late. Remember late when there was still 16 seconds to go and 6 points left. Like other teams would foul, and that's I've seen teams foul when there's 14 points deficit with 10 seconds to go because they still think they've got a chance in the game. Well, we've already gone with 15 seconds to go. We're not going to win from 6 points down, which is
Yeah.
and LeBron was pretty much walked off the court, but then they had a moment where they sort of yeah, I can't exactly what remember what happened, but then he rushed back thinking, oh, I should still be playing here. I mean, where's the guy's head at? Like he keeps doing that. Like he doesn't get back. I mean, I don't care if you're 40, man. You got to make some sort of effort. He just stays down the other side. So man, that's gonna like I don't reckon the team morale's that good, hey. Like you see some of these other teams and the way I know LeBron and AD best mates, blah blah blah, and they'll have a bit of fun. And I don't know overall reckon that the standards of the team are that high. I like LeBron has never been like a leader in that. I know he's a leader just by the way he plays and how good he is, but he's always been a bit of a joker. And I don't know. I think the standards just when your leader's not running back, man. I'd be honestly, man. I don't want to see that too much from LeBron. That is happening all the time, every quarter, 3 or 4 plays. Not good enough.
Once again, the Lakers lose 101 to 93. One last thing before we go. JJ Redick said he is not sure if Max Christie thought the Lakers had a foul to give, but he said Christie looked towards him. Redick told him the defensive coverage and that Christie might have interpreted that as a sign to foul. I don't know, just the look on his face after he made that foul, realized he thought he still had a foul to give. And of course, he didn't, making a costly mistake there. He did make a good shot on the other end, but followed it up with that play right there. Robert Wheeler says, Gerald, next box, what do you think the hierarchy for most shot attempts, based on obviously what we saw tonight, should be for the Lakers? He feels like it should be AD, LeBron, Dalton, Reeves, Rui, and then D'Lo. Your thoughts on the hierarchy for most shot attempts in a game for the Lakers and how it should go?
Yeah, well, yeah, we just touched on that, but that's obvious. Like AD's got to be your number one man, and he's not. LeBron is getting paid 50 mil, which is more than anyone else in the team. So he's got to be your second man. And, then the other guys fall into line. But unfortunately, it just doesn't happen like that in moments that we need it. In games like tonight, in the fourth quarter, when AD goes and gets basically nothing. Can't remember exactly that list that he just had up, but yeah, for me, like it's in a perfect world, AD, LeBron, Dalton, and then whoever else comes after that, D'Lo, Rui, blah blah blah. Um, pardon me, but yeah, we need to see more from AD. This guy is on MVP trajectory or wants to be an MVP. Well, you can't go missing in fourth quarters of games. Just MVPs don't do that. Like, just go watch Joker. I know Joker's a special case. The guy's never missing. Like, Obviously, he's an assist king, and he gets the ball a little bit more. But yeah, this other like Giannis and a couple of the other big guys, they don't go missing. And AD, yeah, like man, I kept looking tonight because I was like, I just want AD to step up here in this fourth quarter. It's the one thing that I wanted to see. And yeah, just looking at his body language the whole time, like I was literally like looking at him the whole time, just nothing. Like just passive aggressive, hiding behind defenders. Like remember Shaq and that? They used to
Yeah.
like jump on people, like jump on fans to get, they'd do anything to get the ball. It does nothing.
Before we head out, I think there's one that you need to answer. Then there's one we'll both answer. Let me see. Robert said Xbox. I
Sorry,
don't know
buddy.
where all this is coming from, but I hope you were saying this when the Lakers won 4 in a row.
Shout out to Serge. Yeah, that's of course, man. Like yeah. Sometimes our opinions do change from game to game, and I look back at some comments or my thought process when we were 9-4 about JJ and yeah, like man, we're not like I'm not a professional analyst, Robert, so my opinion might change, but I'm pretty consistent too. And we're all consistent on what we've been saying and the problems that on this channel and the problems that the Lakers have. So come back in another 4 games, Robert, and if I change my mind, sorry, bro, but we're keeping it as real as possible.
And I appreciate that as best I can, man. And again, honesty is what I'm hoping for from all of our panelists, and I truly appreciate Xbox taking the time to provide his insight. Ryan, uh, welcome. Salamat for joining us right there. Give the Lakers some time to mesh with the new head coach, JJ, and his system. Seems like a very positive individual. It seems some Lakers fans panic on losses and highly praise GOAT AD and wins. It's a marathon. Well, we look things here on this channel. I won't be dishonest with you, Ryan, from a very realistic point of view. The Lakers are a very flawed team that had a schedule that was very beneficial to them. They played a lot of teams that did have some injuries at the time that they played. And they also played some teams that are looking already at the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. This was early on when they were 10-4. That schedule looked pretty darn easy at that point in time. And I said, wait until the schedule gets tougher. And the schedule has gotten tougher. And the Lakers have not adapted well to it. They've been 1-4 since. And it's not been good. They're a team that has flaws. And if they get exposed, it usually gets exposed by better teams than they are, as regarding the fact that they don't have many options on the bench. They're a team that usually is extremely poor on the defensive end all season. They are one of the worst defensive teams this season. Today is probably one of their best defensive showings. And again, they still lost because they couldn't get it done on the offensive end because of their sloppy handling and the ball and things of that nature and all the offensive rebounds and whatnot. But usually they're one of the poor defensive teams in the league. When they put their defensive guys in there, those guys can't score. It's a problem, Brian. And with all due respect, again,
Mm.
it's something that the front office has created. The front office has created a lot of problems. And when you have a rookie head coach, you are going to take your lumps, Xbox. You are going to take some misses. Tonight, I think it was just, again, it was something where we did not execute down the stretch. And at some point in time, you just got to go ahead and say, you know what, we are going to take our lumps because JJ is a rookie head coach.
Definitely. And a rookie head coach with a poorly put together roster, which so that's even more challenging. But aside from the fact that JJ should have taken out AR for D'Lo tonight, I'm not too sure I'm going to put too much of this on JJ. It really like I know Gerald's not there, guys, but just in terms of the guys in the chat, like that last 4 to 5 minutes, that was like all LeBron. Um, there's for me, there's no real other way to look at it. Like LeBron was given the ball for the last 5 minutes of the game, and he couldn't
Yes.
do anything with it. So I'm not going to blame JJ tonight. Like uh, I just think with JJ, I just want him to start making a couple more adjustments that we'd like to see during the game. But
Mhm.
then again, Yeah, like tonight, for example, Gerald, like you've bought that Traore, you bought my mate Colo. You know, you've got a couple of other guys on the bench that you've DNP'd, but it still counts towards them having their contract with us. I don't really see, like, if you actually then strip that back, like that Traore or whatever, couldn't you have played Gabe's minutes? Like the whole veteran, what you've brought up
But
several
who guards
times.
SGA? Because that's why Vincent's out there, is to guard and to pressure SGA. Same thing with Reddish. Those
No,
guys in
that's
the
as good
second
as me
half were
being
the
out there.
primary. I well,
Yeah,
they do one
yeah,
thing they do okay is defend. They're the best perimeter defenders that we got,
mm,
and unfortunately, they're so inept on the offensive end. They stick out. They
yeah,
better. I mean, even the best perimeter defenders on this team still give up baskets. And,
yeah,
they slowed down SGA, but not enough to where, it didn't get them to win the game. But they're so bad on the other end. Yeah, it's just become problematic. Again, as Ryan told Ryan, just now, it's the fact that you just don't have a lot of options that are consistent. You're asking G Leaguers to come in and save the day. You're asking Oliveri. You're asking Traore. You're asking these guys that are
mm,
G Leaguers to come in and provide.
true.
I mean, all you guys, and even me, to me, an extent. Why do we give this guy a try? Why do we give this guy a try? These are
Yeah,
G Leaguers, guys, that were realistically asking for them to come in and provide us quality minutes that these regular NBA guys can't. That is sad. That is where we're
you're
at,
right.
and that's a problem
We're
because you're asking.
desperate.
Yeah, we are
We're
desperate
desperate.
because we have so poor depth because Rob has done such a poor job constructing this team. And again, a lot of smoke and mirrors so far for the Lakers have gotten them to sixth place in the Western Conference, but we're starting to drift down. The
Yeah.
Lakers are now going out on the road for 4 games. It starts off with a relatively easy one in Utah. So we'll see what happens there on Sunday. But yeah, I have great concerns for the Lakers going forward because,
Mm.
again, this team, depth wise, is just not where we need it to be.
No, it feels like we don't have any depth, and we keep talking about it, but yeah, and a non-alpha superstar, an aging superstar, and yeah, like we did paper over the cracks, really, didn't we? That first 15 odd games.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but like John said the other day, we'll just rock up and be positive because we're Laker fans, and we've got a chance to beat Utah, and get another win, and keep racking up W's where we can. So you never know, but in a realistic world, like, does anyone here and in the chat expect us to win the championship? Like, with this roster, it's going to be very, very difficult. So let's see what happens against Utah. We really need some better performances out of AD and LeBron. We are going to go on about Gabe and Cam a lot during this year, but tonight wasn't their fault. It was actually the superstars' fault that let us down. So they need to take that on the chin, and they've actually let us down a few times now for me this year. So hopefully that changes next game. They AD's got to be licking his lips now, going, "Man, I'm coming out next game and scoring 40, and we're not losing." Because they sat the other day, like they're actually able to sit for a couple of minutes for once, or did they? Maybe LeBron probably ended up playing the whole
Against the San
score to get
Antonio.
stats. Yeah, they
Mhm.
got a little bit of rest time, not that much, but do you know what I mean? Like they shouldn't have been tied in the fourth tonight. So we'll see. I just want to, yeah. Hopefully we can roll on to Utah, but yeah, I just think with JJ, we just got to keep backing him. I mean, he's going to make the wrong decisions, but at the same time, he wasn't the one playing tonight, and yeah, what can we do? We'll back the
Jay
guy.
Young says, "Welcome, Jay Young. All these new faces, I like it. While you're here,
Nice.
please like and subscribe. Get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. We do go live over 300 days out of the year. We just want to be one of the first weeks. I think we take more than a day off, so we're welcoming that. But
The
we'll be back
lazy
on Sunday. I
330
know
days a year.
the Lakerholics aren't even going to be on Saturday. That's just strange.
Yeah,
But
I
Jay,
know.
yeah,
It's just shut.
Jay,
Is Thanksgiving normally on a Thursday, Gerald? Or
yes,
is...
yes,
Oh, okay. All right. Is it the last
normally on a
Thursday
Thursday.
of November?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it works?
Yes. So,
Okay,
yep.
there you go.
Rodell says, I know you guys are. Well, hold on. I'm going to touch on Rodell's in a sec. But Jay Young, who's a brand new viewer, says Dalton, AD, LeBron is your nucleus. Austin is a high level role player, but not a starter or on a contender championship team. We've been saying it all along. We've been saying it on playback. We've been saying it very time. Austin, again, as an undrafted player, has limitations to his game, limitations on his ability. And we think he would be a great player as a guy coming off the bench as a sixth or seventh man on a really good team. The problem is if you trade him as knowing this, as most NBA GMs probably they probably evaluate them like we're evaluating him as a sixth man or a seventh man on an NBA team. And if that's the case, I don't know how much you're going to get back for him in return. So people that are looking to get a whole bunch of depth in one trade or a third superstar in one trade, I don't know what you'll be expecting. But again, AR is best suited, as Jay Young, you had mentioned, as a six or seven man. AR and Rui. AR and Rui would be good sixth or seventh men
Yeah,
coming off your bench for a good team.
yeah,
Like they were once for us.
that's right. But yeah, now they're third and fourth options and starting players. So what do you expect? I guess.
There you go. Kurt
Mm.
Affair says, everyone, please like and subscribe and give Gerald and Mark an original compliment.
Yeah, it's been on fire tonight.
Kurt, we missed you, my brother.
Yeah,
Anytime you're
buddy,
welcome back. I
come
was
back,
worried I
bro.
said something or wrong to you. Joe always says something wrong, so I can't stop
Yeah,
him. But I was worried that I said something wrong, that you hadn't been on the show in recent days. So
Darren's
we were all
floating
worried.
around too. So
Yeah.
all the original mods.
I know you guys are
Good on
hard
you
on
guys.
JHS and wanted Cam Whitmore instead. Cam Whitmore is down the G League. Yes, we know that he is down the G League. He is not, his second year has not turned out, but he is still a better option than JHS. I don't know who you're kidding. The Lakers have already given
Nah,
up on JHS.
no, I'm
Yeah,
telling you now. Like JHS, when you watch the NBL, the National Basketball League of Australia, he's not even that level.
yeah,
Honestly, he's
JHS.
not.
Yeah, the league. Well, I don't know if the league has given up on him, but the Lakers have already, not offered him or tendered him a contract, so he will be a free agent. So that tells you the JHS experiment is already over. He has come back from injury. Because he had a hamstring issue. He's come back, and guess what? He's not even on the Lakers roster. He's back at South Bay. On the injury report, it says he's been moved to South Bay Lakers. So that's where he is right now. He is a contracted player. That's the thing.
Oh, guys,
He
just
is a
like don't even
contracted
go
player.
there. Do you remember how bad he was? Like we're
Yeah.
talking about how bad Max and stuff were. If JHS was there, we would just be absolutely losing it. So, like he's an irrelevant player for me. If we don't mention his name again, unless he gets traded for something like that, that's it.
Uh,
That was a shocking for all the good work we did with Dalton, which was pretty much fell into our hands.
yeah.
That draft was terrible to have
I, I
picked him.
I not disagree with you, Rodell. These one and done players, it is very hard for them. I agree. I agree.
Mm.
I'm not saying differently. Again, Cam is somebody who has a lot of talent. I think more talent than JHS, and I think at some point in time he will write it and become a decent player in this league. But that
Yep.
remains to be seen. You could be wrong. I could be wrong on that one, but I think he still was a better option. He's a better option than six of the Lakers right now that's on their roster. Mia,
Definitely.
we're going to be heading out here in a few, but if you want to jump on our shows, hit me a line, LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com, and I will get you on one of our shows
Yeah,
if
Mia.
you want. If you do want to come on our shows, guys, hit us
Come
up.
get some therapy.
LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com. You email me. I'll bring you on a post game, or I could bring you on a playback, during the game,
Mm.
or if you want to do a show beforehand or on an off day, so that you can vent all your Lakers frustrations. Yeah, let me know so you can do more time in detail, because I don't want to bring you here for like 5 minutes and then that's it. So, Mia, yeah, if you want to come on, or anybody else out there that wants to come on, yes, just got to make sure you have. We kind of would recommend a camera and mic, but then again, Laker Nick doesn't like to use a camera. Xbox wasn't using
Yeah.
a camera at first, so it's not
Yeah. Well,
not a
no.
must. not a must, but it is preferred.
It does
But
make
yeah,
it better when you're like if you don't want to go on camera, my recommendation is to come on playback because no one really expects you to be on camera there. But I think in this type of forum, when you're talking,
yeah,
and it's just more respectful.
yes. Yes, Kurt, he will have a great redemption year next year in Memphis because they are like getting all the ex-Lakers there. Uh, Colin is now the latest Colin Castleton. So yes.
Yeah,
Mia, yeah, please reach out to me, LakersFastBreak at yahoo.com, and I'll,
that's
I'll bring you
funny.
on. If you want to just have a separate chat on an off day, or if you want to join us for playback, or if you want to join us live on the air after the post game, where you get a lot of time to chew the Lakers out, by all means, go ahead and hit me up. What's up,
G'day,
Henry?
Henry.
Yeah,
Hey, Gerald. Just before you
yes.
go, just quickly, did you see any of those big films that have come out recently? Whether it be Gladiator 2 or The Wicked?
I missed my opportunity for Gladiator 2 on Wednesday, and I really wanted to go see it.
Yeah,
I try to see if I can sneak it in this weekend. But yes, Gladiator 2 is the one I really want to see. I know my
yep.
girls want to see Wicked, but Moana, despite the
Mm,
somewhat negative critical reviews, Moana is tearing it up.
very
Looks like it's going to do $175 million domestically over the Thanksgiving Day holiday, which is a Thanksgiving Day
far out.
record, a Thanksgiving weekend record. So, despite whatever anybody thinks about Moana 2 as far as the advanced reviews, uh, I think a lot of that is due to Disney Plus because Moana is the most popular movie on Disney Plus all time. So that
Gotcha.
tells you right there
Man, I
a
hadn't
lot of
even
people.
heard of it. Hey, like, I don't know if it's because I don't have kids or anything like that, but I didn't even know what it was. And I'm like, everyone's telling me it's massive. I
Yes.
sort of stopped watching, those films after Lion King and stuff like that. But yeah, very big opening weekend for it, and Wicked's done really well as well. I heard, but that's not my man. I love Ariana Grande, big fan of her. But other than that,
I can tell. All right, there you go. Current Affairs says Moana 2
she's
will do
nice.
well, but low expectations since it was supposed to be originally a streaming series. Yeah, but
All right,
again, sometimes it's the bad call. Like Red One should have never spent so
mm.
much money on that. But
He's doing
Moana
that
2,
a bit, Rock.
yeah,
Man, they
feast
pay
or
him a
famine.
lot, and none of his movies are making any coin anymore.
But this one is Moana 2. So
Oh,
yeah,
is he in this?
yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, no worries. Yeah,
It's one of the few times ever that a actor has been star lead in two number one movies in a month. Red One did, despite its poor showing, it did do number
still went
one.
number one. Yep.
Yeah, so Henry, yes, I didn't
Right.
congratulate you on your nuptials. So yes, congratulations, my friend. Truly
Ah, nice.
appreciate it.
Congrats, bro.
Absolutely. Appreciate everything you do for us. So congratulations to you and the missus. And again,
I dodged
go
that
ahead, my
bullet.
friend. Go ahead, Xbox. Yeah,
Nah, good. Nah, good work, Henry. Congrats, bro.
there you go. Absolutely.
Um, but no, yeah. Thanks to everyone in the chat tonight, and thanks for your time, Gerald. Really appreciate putting on the show and going through
I
playback.
appreciate
I
you
sort of
stepping in, man. Absolutely.
no, that's what I do. I'm a super sub. I'm what
Uh,
Austin Reeves should be.
there you
Um,
go. But you don't have to sub. You can always come on. You can be the star just like everybody else. So just
yeah,
let me
no,
know.
no.
Yes.
Nah, Joe and you are the stars, and Johnny. But
No,
no,
no.
all good. Yeah, no, appreciate your time, and I've been coming on a lot more. So thank you so much.
And
Love it.
continue to do so. I hope so, my friend. And
Cool.
again, Mia, give us a shout out or anybody else out there. If you do want to talk on the show, you want to come on live, whether it's a day off show or whether it's a day on show, whether post game, pre game, or also as well during the game, please let us know. We'd love to have you on. Just hit me up. Uh, Lakers Fast Break at
Yeah.
yahoo.com. Darren V says White, Caldwell Pope, Caruso, Looney, Green are some current starters on championship teams. Again, at this point in time, with Reeves is just
Mm,
again, it would just be so much more advantageous if Reeves and
cool.
Rui were still coming off the bench as your sixth and seventh guys. I just have a
Yeah.
feeling this team would be so much better. But again, who's going to start in their place? Dalton and yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the problem.
And Bronny. Yeah, no one. That's the problem.
Yes,
It's really poorly put together, and we know that. And but yeah, I like going after AR. I don't. I didn't enjoy that from the fan base the last couple of weeks. But we'll see.
We will see indeed. But Sunday, we will be back 5 p.m. start time Pacific time. It is the Lakers at Utah. They start a 4-game road trip. We'll see what happens there. But the Lakers tonight on Black Friday, looking for a good deal, found nothing but the clearance bin with their performance in the fourth quarter as they lose 101 to 93. They are 11-8. They're in sixth place in the Western Conference. But again, it is Gerald Glassford along with Mark, aka Xbox. Hopefully, you will go ahead and join us on Sunday. Maybe we'll do a show on Saturday. I don't know. Probably not because, again, I'll be out shopping. So we'll see what happens. I will finally actually be able to park in a parking lot and find a parking space here in Las Vegas. That
That's
would be
crazy,
great.
man.
Oh, you should have seen it, man. I was just like,
Oh, I could
no,
imagine. Yeah.
no. I was telling my wife and the in-laws, okay, can you walk down the street so I don't have to get sucked into the traffic going right? Please, I need you to walk faster. I need you to. Oh, I got sucked into the traffic, and next thing you know, it's like you're, and all of a sudden you're like right there. You're all stuck, and you're like that. Yep.
Is it
Like,
worth it? Like, because now everything's online. I'm not a huge shopper, but is it worth it to go in store, or it's just the experience that people still
I
enjoy?
still like it for the experience. I used to
Yeah,
work
gotcha.
so many years in retail, and
Yeah,
I saw it from a negative standpoint, but for me, it's now nostalgia. But yes, everything I got, like for instance, the computer, which again, you guys helped me out there to get, and I appreciate so
man,
much the
sick.
support.
Is that what
All
those
this.
lights are there? And the
Oh no, that's just a
ah,
sound. That's just a light bar. It was intent was to annoy Joe, so that
ah,
was the. And so yes, it already has. It's done
oh,
its job.
good. Hence he's
But
not here. Yeah,
um, I just got it was like $20, so I thought it was just like really cool to get. So because it's sound activated, so I thought that was cool. But yes, I did get a computer
that
for
is cool.
Black Friday. So, but I did get it
Sick.
online. Um, but I do remember the days. I have
Yeah.
many stories on Black Friday, both working it and also shopping.
Yeah.
That I'd love. One of these days, I will go ahead and say it.
You mentioned, yeah, just really quickly, I don't want to take too much more of your time, but
Sure.
Good Guys, did you work
Yes,
for
I worked at
a
the Good Guys.
retailer?
I was a work. I did worked for the Good Guys. I worked as a manager for Wards, Montgomery
Okay.
Wards, in their waning years as well. Worked those guys. I did also
Is Good
run.
Guys like a white goods like that's a pretty good big
They were
white goods
consumer
retailer
electronics.
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
but they've already bit the dust. Yeah, if they're
Yeah.
specialty retailers that tried to think big in the late '90s and early
Yeah.
2000s, most of those got wiped out by Walmart when Walmart blew up here in the U.S.
Yeah.
They did and Amazon,
Of
Walmart,
course.
that combination of brick and mortar for Walmart and online for Amazon. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, the Circuit Cities, the Wards, the Sears, the J.C. Penney's on death row too, Kmart's, Good Guys. You can mention Computer
Mm.
Cities. I think. Oh no, CompUSA. I'm sorry, CompUSA's. Just so many of those stores and chains all bit the
Come and
dust
gone.
because they were
Yeah.
not able to adapt. Best Buy was in really bad shape at one time too. They've been able to
Yeah.
evolve and try and stay above water. Target found themselves a niche too, so they've been
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
to
they've
survive.
bounced back a bit. Yep.
Yeah, so
They
but there's limited number of stores that have been able to thrive in this new millennia of
mm.
hybrid shopping per se, because
Yeah.
there's still a lot of people that want to shop out there and go physically in stores and buy things. But there's also so many of us that, first time the Amazon deal days come up, oh yeah, we're on it. Or like Black Friday, like all month long on Amazon or
Yeah.
Walmart.com or wherever.com. Yeah, we're all over it. So yeah, absolutely. It's been fun to see. And again, I have some great memories as both a retailer
Yeah.
and some not so fun retail
Yeah,
as
of
memories of
course.
retailer, but
Some of
also
the
as someone
abuse.
shopping
Yeah.
who's shopped and priced and investigated Black Friday prices on the Cosmos. Those are our favorite
Yeah.
episodes. I do share a lot of my Black Friday memories there. So if you guys ever want to hear my memories of Black Friday, I do share a lot of that on. In fact, our recent episode, Josh and I touched on a couple of them. But yeah, over the years, I do love going ahead and sharing my memories of Black Friday on our Black Friday episodes. We do one every year, and it's really
Fantastic.
a lot of fun to talk about all the good deals, but all of our good memories
On Black
about
Friday.
Black Friday as well. Yeah,
Awesome.
I think it should be a holiday that isn't a holiday.
Yeah, I know. You clearly do. That's good.
Kurt
We'll,
Affair says, I think they're waiting for teams to blow it up and get a deal. Yeah, they're looking for their own Black Friday. Yes, I know the Lakers are looking for a deal. Yes. Can we get like 5 players for one? Yes, we'll see
oh man,
if that's the case.
Town. We could
Only if Laker
we could
Tom
start a
was trading them. Yes.
we could start a whole new podcast if we go down Chill Town's
Uh-huh. There you
question.
go.
Okay, there. Don't worry, we're thinking it. And
Can you
John's
imagine?
not here too, so
Again,
we're safe.
both great players.
Yeah,
Chill. Again, it's just like the Kobe Jordan LeBron debate. It just takes you down a road where there's no ending. People will argue vehemently one way or the other. And
yeah,
you know what? If you think LeBron is the greatest, by all means. If you think Kobe's the greatest, by all means. I personally think, from what I've seen with my own eyes, Jordan is the greatest player I've ever seen.
yeah.
But that's
Fair
just
enough.
me. That's just
You
me.
know
But
what?
if
I
you say
answer it.
if you say someone
Yeah,
else, I'll respect your decision on that.
yeah. Look, I don't even care anymore. Like the
Yeah,
player I love the most is Kobe and Powell, and
mhm.
that's why I fell in love with the Lakers. And I don't care. People can go on about it's all hot takes, fast takes, first take, blah blah blah. You didn't even talk about people like this in the '90s, like or do you know what I mean? All this talk about LeBron, goat this, goat that. I'm over it. I love Kobe, and LeBron can't make me anywhere near as happy as what Kobe did, even if he's a better player. So
Kurt Affair says Gabe Vincent is the GOAT. There you go. Chilltown says, who's
the draft
second on
goat.
my list? I don't know. I mean, I've gone all over the years. I've gone from Kobe to LeBron to uh, Wilt Chamberlain to so many other great players in the league. So I don't know. It's all over the place for me on second place.
Yeah,
Again, I don't want to put too much thought into it because really it's
yeah.
just semantics
So
at this point in
subjective.
time. Yeah, they all played at different eras in time. I mean, even
Yeah,
when Kobe and LeBron debate, Kobe played in an era where the 3-point game wasn't as important.
yeah.
So
And you know what? Like I saw Kobe the other day, like because I watch a lot of when he talks in Spanish and stuff, because he was
yeah,
very fluent in Spanish and he
yes,
loved Barcelona Football Club. Man, I miss that guy.
I do.
Like,
I think we all do.
yeah, it's not just about the player he was on the court. Like, I know he had some indiscretions earlier in his life, but obviously his family and stuff forgave him for that, and people make mistakes. But he was turning into an all-time type of person, and
Yeah,
he did a lot more for me anyway. Like, I always remember Spain won the World Championship in China, and Kobe came in. Like, this is in the middle of just nowhere, and Kobe was there to hand the award to I think Ricky Rubio or something like that, and just
yeah.
the dude did a lot for basketball, man. He was massive around the world. We shouldn't
Yes, he
undersell
was.
that, and he's not here anymore, and some of that gets lost. But yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
I mean, there's a great reason why the Philippines is so
Yeah,
much a Lakers
love the game.
supported country is
Yeah,
because of Kobe and the imprint that he left with that country. So yeah,
damn straight.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, it's just semantics. I don't want to get into it with all due respect, Chill, because it's just a road that it's a rabbit hole that takes you nowhere because people are so definitive in their answers and they oftentimes get so heated. And I see this online. A lot of times I see this on Facebook where they just
Mm,
get so heated and so disrespectful to each other. It's just like, you know
yeah.
what? It is. If you think somebody else is the greatest, by all means, absolutely. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
And
that's right. Yeah, just
yeah,
move on.
I'm
Not
not
worth
here
it.
to. I'm not going to try and change your mind. I'm not here to change your mind. I just saw what I saw, and I say what I say. I can evaluate the Lakers as best I can, and that's probably what I want to give you guys the most. Again, is
Yep.
honest, real thoughts on the Los Angeles Lakers from the way we see things. And I hope you guys enjoy it and stay with us. And if you know somebody out there that loves Lakers basketball like we do, please, if they want a realistic take, sometimes we're not everybody's cup of tea. I get that, especially when Joe's here. And people tell him, dude, first time here, chill out, man, and they realize he doesn't chill out, man. So again, we're not everybody's favorite cup of tea, but we do tell you like real. Put we don't sugarcoat things, and nor do I
Yeah,
wish to here at the Lakers Fast Break. We want to tell you honestly how it is. This is a team where many of us in the panelists, Mark, we picked the Lakers sixth, seventh, eighth. I picked them
plus.
ninth.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe and Stone picked them 11th or 12th or something like that. So yeah, I mean, in the Western
No, you
Conference,
guys keep
so
it real. It's what we want.
we had our reasons. We didn't mean it. Didn't do it out of malice. We didn't do it out of anger. We did it because we just didn't think it was going to be a team that really had the depth to make things winning right now. So 11-8 is above our expectations at this point in time.
Yeah, for sure. But having said that, hopefully we can roll into Utah and get another W.
Yes,
And hopefully forget
great.
about some of the performances we've seen tonight. But yeah, in terms of why you come to this channel, it's totally right. And that's why I fell in love with the channel. And a guy like Joe, as passionate as he is also a pretty wonderful educator of the Lakers, as are you. So you don't just get like rants and things like that. You get a real education on the Lakers and our
You do get
history.
Rams from time to time.
Rants are
Yeah.
common, and we love them. So, but yeah, you get a lot more than that here. So, yeah, absolutely loving it. I can see Gerald, sorry, that the membership's slowly growing too, or the subscriptions and memberships as well. So, yeah, just jump on board, guys. It's a great family, and Gerald, you're so open to having people on and things like that. So, yeah, let's roll.
Kobe spoke French, Italian, Korean, Spanish, Chinese. Yes,
Yes,
very bilingual, very multilingual, and
yeah,
again, very for a guy that
smart dude.
went to high school.
Yeah,
You know what? He was so much more intelligent, wise beyond his years, and again, just truly missed by all of us here at the Lakers Fast Break. Jay Young
yep.
says, "I love Kobe, but out of those 20 years he played, how many of those were good years, guys? About 12, maybe 13." Uh, yeah, the last years for Kobe when he got the "We love you, Kobe" contract. Again, maybe in hindsight, you would have asked Kobe to maybe say that your career's kind of. Again, that's semantics. Again, you don't win. Some people, when you say something about Kobe that's maybe not the most complimentary, a lot of people are just about ready to jump on you. And at this point, it is what it is. He's gone. Let's just remember what we had and what we had
Yeah,
positive from him, and go from there. Again, the Lakers have, like many or all these organizations, make mistakes from time to time. Lakers in recent years have made more than their share, and they're now paying the price because of it. Since they won that title in 2020, they've made some poor personnel decisions. And Mark, hopefully we can get around that and have this Lakers still be able to compete in the Western Conference.
fingers crossed. Yeah, like we're going to be positive, but it's going to be a tough season, guys. Aging superstar, AD playing at a really good level but goes missing, and just a poorly put together roster. So, and a rookie coach. I mean, it's like
Yes.
everything's. And then we haven't even spoken about management tonight, which is very tempting right now. So a lot's going against us, guys. But as a fan
Jokic,
base,
Jokic is
yeah,
the goat.
Jokic the Goatich.
Uh,
He's coming.
he
He's coming
says
out of
Lakers
nowhere.
fans keep telling him AD is better than Jokic. You're not
Oh,
hearing it from us. You
yeah,
didn't hear it
we
from
haven't
us
said
the other
that.
night. No, you didn't hear it from
We've
us.
been talking about how AD's not an alpha and he's
Yeah,
nowhere near the player that Joker is, and Joker never goes missing.
yes,
So no, we're not like that here. We're
no,
realistic. We want him to be like Joker,
no.
but
Joker's the best player of this decade.
yeah,
I can't argue with that. He's on his way to
total
his fourth
freak.
MVP for God's sakes at this point, and that's
Yeah,
on the team that's struggling. Although I think the Nuggets do not finish top four in the West, they probably won't get. No matter how video game his numbers will be, they'll find some way
they'll
to not
find
make
some
him.
other way.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they
And
have
you
to
know
finish
what,
in top
Gerald? The
four.
thing that he's actually the worst part of his game is improved the 3 point
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, we don't like Jokic. We don't like Jokic, but we respect him enough to know that again, he's the best player in basketball right now.
Yeah, yeah,
And
we
I don't think
respect him.
anybody can argue about that. But before we go, Kurt, I love how he says
Yeah.
at search, great job telling Xbox, great job. There you go. All right. I don't know how you deal with him, Search, but we love you, Kurt. We love you, Serge. Serge, the best moderator out there. Been great all night
Shout
on
out.
playback and then also on the post game. Best there
Yeah, man.
is,
He works
best
hard,
there
that
will
dude.
be. Search and destroy mod out there. Code Affair, just great to have you back. Great to have everyone here. If you are new, please like and subscribe. Become a member today for just $2.99 a month. I don't try to overcharge people. It's Black Friday.
No.
That's my Black Friday special all year long. $2.99 to become a member of the Lakers Fast Break. There you go. But Xbox, any last thoughts? Again, you were very succinct before, but any last thoughts before we head on out?
No, all good, Joel. Yeah, thanks again for your time, and let's just rock up on. I think it's Monday for you, Tuesday for me, against Utah. I think it's
Sunday.
a
It's Sunday. No, Sunday for
Sunday. Okay,
me,
Monday for
Monday
me,
for you.
and it's in Utah.
Yes.
So
Start of a
yeah,
4-game road trip. So we are going
road
to see
trip.
what the Lakers are going to do.
Let's
They
hopefully we can start it nicely.
It's at Utah. Okay, so guys, so for where we heading out, at Utah, at Minnesota, at Miami, at Atlanta.
Oh
I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to do the doubleheader in Sacramento or not, just the next
no.
4 games. What do you think they do? How do you think they run?
Well, they're winnable games.
Well, what are
Um,
you saying on record wise?
well, if you, I'll just go down the
I'll
middle,
go
50
two and
50.
two.
Yeah, like, yeah, I'll go 50-50 because of the way that we seem to be playing, but they're all winnable. So hopefully, you never know, we can come out in 4-0. But we'll just see. We'll just see. It's a really important stretch now. These next 4 games to see if the boys can lift their heads a bit. But yeah, I'd love to see a bit more aggression out of AD, a bit more faster play out of LeBron, and see what the other guys, as they call it, or as Shaq calls it, do. We'll see.
We'll
But
see. Mia says three out of
3 and 4
three,
would be
four.
nice.
3 out of the 4. There you go.
Yeah, take that.
All right, we would take that indeed. But once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate you joining us. For sure, we'll be back on Sunday to cover the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers on the road. Hopefully, we'll be getting their 12th win there. Kurt Affair says 5 out of Kurt.
What a prankster.
Mia, don't mind Kurt. Don't mind Kurt, Mia. He's just being Kurt. But that's why we love him. Such a great part of what we do here. Again, everybody out there, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Even if you do not celebrate, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Xbox, you're the man again. Just for being here tonight, playback, and also as
Thanks
well,
for your
you're
time.
here. Super sub my ass. You're
LA
gonna be the
gift.
best. Yeah, you're a superstar in our books. There you go.
No. Just appreciate the love and yeah, just being a part of the family. But
Oh, Kurt. Search taught me fresh. Always taking the shots at Search. Oh my god. Uh,
can mods ban each other?
yeah,
Is that
yes. Well,
that'd
you
be
know what?
awkward?
If all Search has to do is give me the word. Give me the
Yeah.
word on Kurt. There you go.
That's why Kurt wasn't here for 6 weeks,
Yes, exactly.
quote
Absolutely indeed.
unquote.
But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers lose 101 to 93. We will be back definitely on Sunday. Looking hopefully to rebound with the win as the Lakers start out on a 4-game road trip. And there's no better place to cover it for you than right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.